Hey, happy day. Welcome to BP Challenge Day 12. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. I'm doing a blood pressure challenge. My goal over the 90-day challenge, this 90-day challenge that we're at day 12 of, is to get my blood pressure down so that I don't have to take another prescription drug. Other people are doing a health challenge. They want to lose weight. They want to exercise every day. They want to get in better shape. They want to get their body fat down. They want to get more leads, make more money, get more customers, make more sales, add a different package or product to what it is that they're selling, whatever it is, or change their lifestyle. They want to add a morning routine, get rid of a bad habit, whatever. You can change almost anything in your life in 90 days. 90 days focused effort on anything will make a massive difference in your life and will get you rolling and the momentum going in the direction that you want your life to go. So I want my life to go that I don't have to take another medication, so I am doing a blood pressure challenge. I've done all different types of challenges, but the process for whatever type of challenge that you're facing is the same. Imagine that. The process is the same for something. If you've ever studied something pretty in depth, if you've gone from, this is interesting because a lot of people don't know this. I thought everybody knew it, but when you go from industry to industry to industry to industry in business, I've worked in a lot of different industries, and most people are afraid to ever leave their industry. They start out in the manufacturing industry, and they might switch companies, they might switch jobs in that industry, but they stay in manufacturing their entire life, their entire career. Other people, accounting, finance, whatever industries there are. There's retail, there's a zillion, there's hundreds, there are probably thousands of industries, but people tend to stay within their industry. What I learned early in my career is when I switched industries, 90+% of what I was using was applicable, of my knowledge. The things I knew how to do were just as relevant in that new industry, but it allowed me to get massive income bumps. In corporate America, it worked out that way, and in every other industry it works out that way too. You can take something you learned in one industry and apply it to an industry that's never seen it before, and you're like this new opportunity, godsend, savior, hero in that industry because they just haven't seen it before. And the same is true of this. At the bottom of everything, there's this foundational structure and system of how things work and how we human beings get things done. It applies to anything we want to do, anything we want, and it applies to any challenge that we face. So today, let's get to our challenge assignment instead of me babbling on and on. Our challenge today, your assignment today. Yesterday, you were looking up, I think we did 10 resources. Nope, we didn't do top 10. We did some research on those resources, right? And what I want you to do is pick your favorite resource. Now, I picked a book, I got it upstairs, but I picked a book that I'm looking at as just my first resource, my first source of expertise and resource, because I wanted something hard that I could use with my magnifying glass, and I didn't want to hook my computer up to the TV to be able to see it, actually. That's the truth. So I picked that resource. Now, as I'm going through that resource, there's information in there. Now, what I want to do today is get a second opinion. Today I want to take that, pick one of those 10 resources or one of the resources that you found yesterday and say, okay, if this is going to be my first resource, now I want to verify and validate the information in that, because I think what you're going to find is what I'm finding as I'm going through the blood pressure information, there is some conflicting information. We're going to talk about that in a couple of days. How do you decide? How do you handle that? But for right now, I want you to take one source and get a second opinion on it. Remember back in my 20s when I got really, really sick, and I mean really, really sick, and was bedridden for like 3 years. At first, I didn't get a second opinion. I went to my doctor, started seeing specialists. They put me on all these medications and things that basically made me significantly worse, causing me to be bedridden and having to quit school for a few years and do all kinds of things. I pretty much had to quit my life for that period of time. And I didn't go out and seek out different experts. I believed that they were the experts and that they would fix me. And after, a couple of years of that, I realized, hey, this isn't working. I need to find different specialists and start getting second opinions about the medications they had me on, about the protocol, about the things that they were doing or not doing to figure out how I was going to get back to living my life. And I had to actually take back responsibility for looking at and figuring it out myself, because I realized nobody else was going to figure it out for me. And this is true when we're looking at resources, when we're deciding who to follow, who to believe about anything. Yup, go to your doctor, get that. And I guess medical, it's such a clear example. You go to your doctor, you get a cancer diagnosis. Do you just do what they say, start on chemo or have an operation? Or do you say, okay, I've got this diagnosis, now I need a second opinion to verify and validate that this is truly what's going on in my body right now, and then what is the best course and where is the best place to get this problem solved? Because it's just a little problem, somebody can help me fix it if I need, because a lot of times we have a problem, we know what to do, but we need some expert advice, we need some outside advice, we need some medicine, we need some treatments to help us solve that problem so our body can heal itself. And I don't know what the percentage is of people that don't get a second opinion, but I would hope and pray that anybody that gets something like that goes out and gets a second resource, validates the diagnosis, and validates the protocol and how to deal with that situation. I've got horror stories in my family where, and I've been totally misdiagnosed. I have not ever been properly diagnosed. That's the worst part, is when they can never figure out what's really going on with you. But both my father and my brother-in-law was totally misdiagnosed with the type of cancer that he had, and he would be dead. He would have been dead at 40. And now he is 60. My dad, same thing. He was totally misdiagnosed, not once, but a couple of times with respect to a cancer diagnosis, and the other was a tick bite. And actually the third was that killed him. They misdiagnosed his lymphoma, and he died of brain cancer a few years ago now. So get a second opinion, not only for medical things, but for any resource or information that you're following. If you're going to follow an expert online or a guru or buy their course, go and do some research on it. Find the feedback out of how people liked it. Find the results. Verify that they're really getting results for the people that they're saying they can get these results for. Things like that. So today's assignment, let's summarize it since I've been talking a lot today. Pick one of your resources that you've been looking into over the last couple of days and say, okay, I'm going to validate and verify this resource. Look at some of the information in there or a piece of information in there, and then go out and research. Find out, get a second opinion, and see if the advice that they're giving, the course of action that they're suggesting, makes sense and is validated and proven to work for other people. That is our assignment today. Second opinion. And the purpose of the second opinion is to verify and validate that the information that you've seen and gotten is correct and true, and something that you can start to at least test on yourself and apply. Just because you validated it with a second opinion and it's worked for a lot of other people, don't fall for the trap of thinking that that means it will 100% necessarily work for you, because it might not. It's like medications, it's like vitamins, it's like foods. We all react differently to different things and different situations and different ways of doing things and different processes and procedures based on our own experiences and emotions and feelings and beliefs, right? So don't assume just because you got a second opinion, they say this is what you need to do, that exact process will work for you. I just don't want you to fall into that trap. That's it. Go out, make it an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow with day 13 of our challenge, our 90-day challenge, our 90-day push to get whatever it is that you want. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below or direct message me. If you've got any questions or if you're struggling with anything, please let me know. I want to make sure that I'm breaking this down into bite-sized enough pieces that you can actually do it every day, and it's not a huge burden, that it's actually kind of fun. I don't know about you, but I think it's kind of fun. I'm learning more about blood pressure and stuff than I ever knew, and there's a lot of nonsense, and there's a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of conflicting information, and that's why we're going to come up on how do you deal with that, and how do you pick and choose what's right for you out of all of that. Have an awesome day. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.